Hey, David Safransky here, Financial Revelations. You can reach us at 1-800-344-2534, 1-800-344-2534. I'm talking fast because this is a quick hit. I want to give you some information that is timely and pertinent. You could always reach out to Corey at epsf.com. It's all going to be scrolling under me, so pay attention to that if you want to reach out to us. I'm also on WCRF every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. until they fire me. That's 103.3, and you can get them on the MOODY app. So we've had bank failures over the weekend, and no bank failure is ever good. It never looks good. It never smells good. It never tastes good. It's a horrible thing to happen in the economy because when banks are untrustworthy, the economy really kind of grinds to a halt. Remember 2008? That was a banking crisis. This reminds me a little bit more of 2018 when Chair Powell was raising rates and they thought they could go one more, and the banking industry said, we don't think so. And there was a kind of a credit crunch. Banks stopped loaning money. It feels a little bit like that, but what happened in Silicon Valley Bank, or they call it SVB, is that they had bought 10-year treasuries. So government bonds, 10 years at 1%. Depositors wanted their money back. They had to sell bonds at a huge loss. And banks are sitting on a lot of unprofitable government bonds right now because they bought them when rates were low. Rates are high now. So when rates go up, bond values come down. It's like a teeter-totter. So you have bond values on one side, rates on the other. It's not going to move in the same direction. So if rates go down, bond values go up. Well, rates are going up, bond values are coming down. So if a bank owns a 10-year bond at 1%, and now that bond, you could buy it for 3.75, your original bond is going to be worth less. So SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, had to sell these bonds at a huge loss, and they didn't buy any insurance against that happening. We call it hedging. You hedge. How do you hedge? You buy car insurance. Car insurance is hedging against the risk that you might get into an accident. It's also the law in Ohio and in many states. But one thing that isn't a law is life insurance. If you have a mortgage and a spouse, maybe they're staying at home raising kids, and so you have kids, you hedge your financial loss potential of death by life insurance. And in a sense, SVB should have bought some life insurance against that portfolio not working out, and they didn't do it. It turns out that the board of directors is Barney Frank. Remember Barney Frank? He wrote a law called the Dodd-Frank Rule, which really punished banks from 2008 for all the bad things that they did. He went ahead and sat on the board of directors for a bank who did those very things. Is the irony not dripping here? It's funny, but it's not funny because there's real people at the end of that bank failure. They made a mistake. They have people on the board of directors who have no banking experience. They have people in senior management who have no banking experience, and they didn't even have a risk officer. What a risk officer does is at a big company or a bank is they say, okay, what are our 10 largest positions or 15 largest positions, and how do they sink us? And then they decide, okay, this is how they sink us, and so this is how we're going to buy insurance against that happening. They didn't do any of that. So I do think it's kind of focused right now. And are there other banks that could be doing this? It is possible, but I think in total our banking system is safe. And as long as you have less than $250,000 in an account at the bank, you're safe, you're guaranteed. Now, the Federal Reserve did guarantee all deposits. I don't know if that's a smart thing, but it's $250,000 by account title. So if you have an account in your name, $250,000. If you have another account at the same bank in you and your spouse's name, $250,000. So now you're up to $500,000. And then if you have an account in your spouse's name, now you got $750,000 of protection. So you don't need to panic. Don't pull all your money out and stick it under your mattress or buy Bitcoin with it. We're going to be okay. We got ahead of it. I think we're fine. I am David Safransky, a real American, a true red-blooded patriot, and the voice you can trust.